Hello, and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review Pink Floyd's 1975 album, Wish You Were Here. It's very good, certainly a great album, although it seems a bit short when compared to some of their other albums, especially their previous album, Dark Side of the Moon. This is the track listing, with most of the album taken up by two big long tracks. It's kind of in a similar style to their previous albums, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which is split in half by three more traditional songs. So it's kind of an interesting sort of structure here, similar to Adam Heart Mother. These are the tracks I added to my playlist, which is all of them. Although the two parts of Shine On You Crazy Diamond were a bit of a toss-up. They're so long. There's definitely good parts of both of them. I think they're definitely one of the better sort of long tracks Pink Floyd's made. But the middle three songs beat out both of those easily. The middle three songs are both really good. Or all three really good. Although I do think parts 6 through 9 are the better half of Shine On You Crazy Diamond. This album feels very sparse and short because of the structure. So, like, Shine doesn't have a ton going on compared to the normal songs. So, it really feels like the album only has really 3 songs sort of sandwiched in between a bunch of sort of more fluffy stuff. It's really good, the album as a whole, but it would have been better if they sort of chunked Shine On You Crazy Diamond into the individual parts. Because they kind of like say that it's parts 1 through 5 and parts 6 through 9. But if they had actually sort of made each of the songs like that, it might have sort of been more interesting. There were no singles off this album, and my favorite song here, I gotta go with the title track, Wish You Were Here. It's pretty iconic as a song, and for good reason. It's great. It's definitely one of the most sort of best rock songs of all time, I gotta say. Really good, really great. Lyrics flow well. Really just an amazing song. I rank this the second best out of all Pink Floyd albums I've heard so far. I don't think it's better than Dark Side of the Moon, mostly because of the structure, with the whole sort of 3 middle songs between 2 big chunks. In contrast, Dark Side of the Moon flows a lot better than Wish You Were Here. But Wish You Were Here is definitely better than all of the other stuff that they had made so far. It's definitely better than Obscured by Clouds and everything below that. It's kind of like if Adam Heart Mother was just had much higher quality, but because it has a similar sort of structure. Additionally, this album does take my top spot from 1975. Taking it away from ABBA's 1975 album just called ABBA. It was relatively close. I think that if Wish You Were Here had been structured differently, it would sort of easily take this spot. But that's really the only problem. Really, the whole album's good, so I gave it to them. ABBA's pretty good, but it definitely gets slower on the backside, and Wish You Were Here really keeps it steady through the whole way. So I think Wish You Were Here definitely takes that spot, although it was pretty tight. Next up is Queen's 1977 album News of the World, which is pretty good. Certainly one of their standout albums in their sort of pretty big repertoire, so I'm relatively excited to review it. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.